Next up, Russ and I are going to take a look at the WB 100th Anniversary Studio Collection. Welcome back, everyone, to 4K Kings. I'm Matt.
I am Russ.
And we are your one-stop shop for physical media, reviews, unboxings, and so much more.
And if you like movies, you like what you see, you like us, make sure you are subscribed. You don't want to miss any future content. Give us a like on this video and leave us a comment. We love reading them. We love responding. We're here for you.
Russ, let's dive right in to this WB 100th Anniversary Studio Collection. So this is coming out September 18th, so it's kind of a really early announcement. The collection that every Warner Brother fan has been waiting for. WB jumping into the Studio Collection game, coming for Sony and Columbia Classics neck. This box set boasts 30 films, and it's broken up into 3 categories. Classic Hollywood, New Hollywood, Modern Hollywood. Each of these categories, they come in their own book, and then it's slid into this packaging. So you get 10 4K discs in each one of the books. Each book's got photos, history of the film, that kind of stuff. And then there's one more book that's slid in there that's titled Premium Extras, which they don't really give too much information other than there's some pins in there. There's a booklet in there. I don't know if there's bonus discs with extra features or anything, but so far it just looks like some tchotchkes or some extra memorabilia. As far as the box is concerned, this WB one lays on its side and has this sort of magnet clasp opening that sort of slides around it with the WB shield locking it into place. So it's kind of nice looking. I don't think that's bad. And depending on what this shield is, if this is a nice hard, shiny metal something, I don't know. I think that would be a nice touch too. So here's what's included, Russ. Classic Hollywood, 1930s to 1960s. Here we go. 2001: A Space Odyssey, Casablanca, Citizen Kane, Cool Hand Luke, East of Eden, The Maltese Falcon, Rebel Without a Cause, Rio Bravo, Singing in the Rain, and lastly, The Wizard of Oz. So that's your 10 classic Hollywood features. Any initial thoughts on those 10?
Those are heavy hitters. Yeah,
okay.
That's pretty strong in my opinion.
All right, okay. First wave sounds good. How about next? New Hollywood, 70s to 80s, A Clockwork Orange, Batman, Beetlejuice, Blade Runner, Enter the Dragon, The Exorcist, The Goonies, Superman the Movie, The Shining, Willy Wonka, and that's it. That's New Hollywood. What do you think about that lineup? I
mean, these are strong, in my opinion, for compared to Columbia and Sony. Modern is
1990s to today. So modern blockbusters is what they're calling it. We have A Star is Born, Argo, Elvis, Goodfellas, It...
Oh, God.
Mad Max Fury Road.
All right, don't buy this, people.
The Matrix, The Shawshank Redemption, Training Day, and Unforgiven. So those are your modern films, 1990s to today. That's your 30 WB 4K classics.
I don't want Goodfellas sitting next to fucking Fury Road.
You know
what I mean?
Or It.
I don't want It anywhere in the vicinity of my fucking vision. Or dude, think about how depressing that is. This is a Warner Brothers set, and you have The Shining in one, and then the fucking abortion that is It in the other.
Other than what you see here, which I think there are some things to like we mentioned, the packaging looks nice. Some of the first waves of films are great. The modern one's a little dicey.
And my jokes aside, Fury Road and It has their fans. And honestly, this is a pretty good collection.
Here's a couple of things to know that I at least wanted to put out there. Some head-scratching things, some things that maybe people need to consider before they pick this up in terms of is this for me? Is this not for me? For the time being, this is UK only. They haven't announced this in the US yet. I have a feeling, I don't know why they wouldn't, but every one of these discs is 4K. So you're fine with, those are all region free. So you can get it no matter what. But for now, it's just a UK release. As far as supplemental features are concerned, these are only 4K discs. So in each one of these books, you have 10 4K discs in there. Traditionally, all of these come with a Blu-ray that has all the special features on it. So you might be getting special featureless discs. I'm not really sure. Again, they haven't really specified what's going on with that, but keep that in mind. If they do release it in the US, will we get anything different? Would it be the exact same? I don't know, but for now, UK only. All the titles in this set, with the exception of Rio Bravo and East of Eden, have either been released in 4K or have been announced to be coming out in 4K. So like you said, The Exorcist, it's already announced that it was coming out in a solo release. They're clearly putting it in here. But as far as Rio Bravo and East of Eden, there's been no announcements of either of those. So those are sort of exclusives. This might be for somebody that's more just getting into the game, wants to have like an instant like collection, or someone that just collects these types of things. But, you know, if you're already sort of collecting these single discs, there's not a huge incentive to go and buy these other ones since nothing in here is really that exclusive. How much would you be willing to pay, Russ?
Would I be willing to pay for this? Just personally, and again, this is my, I'd pick this up used for like 30.
No.
Right now, Russ, in the UK is £300, also known as $360 in the US. It's $12 a movie.
That's not bad.
I mean, if you look at it that way, it really isn't. And if you're just jumping into physical media for the first time to buy this collection, you pretty much be pretty set up for $12 a movie. That's actually not bad at all. For people that have been in the game for a while, I think it's a question of like, do I have to have this for $360? That's like a lot of money to get a bunch of titles you might already have, to get a box set of anything where you can get all the singles whenever you want. There's nothing exclusive here.
You get nothing.
Silver lining for the people that are maybe cringing at that price. They are also releasing these eras in their own 5 movie collections that you can pick up if you'd want to. You've got this classic box set here, and the 5 movies that come in these are Wizard of Oz, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Singing in the Rain, and Rebel Without a Cause. Then you have the new era, Enter the Dragon, Willy Wonka, The Goonies, and it's also showing the
I was
Gremlins.
just about to say, I don't remember you saying Gremlins.
No, and Lost Boys. So it's coming with 2 movies that aren't in the bigger collection, so that's another kind of a head scratcher. I'm not sure why those 2 are in there. This is the only one that seems to add something new.
Don't bother.
The modern era is Goodfellas, Unforgiven, Shawshank Redemption, Training Day, and Elvis. The modern one, I think, is the worst out of all of them.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And also, Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka, to my recollection, weren't even originally WB. So to say that this is part of their history is a little funny to me too.
Wizard of Oz was MGM.
Yeah, so I mean, to say like, hey, we're celebrating our history with the movies that we made, it's like you didn't make that one.
You
so
just own it now.
Yeah, right.
Warner Brothers bought New Line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, throw Lord of the Rings in here.
On its face, this thing is a big deal, a big collection, all this stuff, but it's just another announcement that I'm bored by again, WB. I don't know. I don't want to be a hater. I'm starting to feel like a hater now.
Well, we totally are haters, but it serves a purpose to the people, as you said, who might be just dipping their toes into this
and
or
I
discovering
like
these movies.
I like that.
We're old, jaded, cynical pricks.
Yes.
There are younger people out there who may benefit from this set.
If they're going to keep putting physical media out and they're going to keep doing stuff for people like that, then good on them. So
Yeah.
I can't hate entirely. So I'm not a hater. I appreciate what they're doing for the format.
Update.
Ask and you shall receive, Russ, the WB box set that you wanted for the US. You were clamoring. You were dying for it. We mentioned it, and now it has been announced.
I'm ready.
Only days later is the WB 100th anniversary 425 film box sets. And these are Blu-ray. 425 film Blu-ray box sets coming out in April. In addition to the 30 film 4K collection, which is being released in the UK, you're going to have in Volume 1 what they're calling award winners, Volume 2 comedies, dramas, and musicals, Volume 3 fantasy, action, and adventure, and Volume 4 thrillers, sci-fi, and horror. They all include commemorative packaging, digital codes for all films, collectible WB Shield pins, a 28-page booklet filled with original posters, production notes, and behind-the-scenes photos. This appears to me like WB thinks this is like some big flex. Like, check this out, 100
Blu-ray,
films.
man.
And I'm here to say I don't think it's the flex that they think that it is. The fact that these are Blu-rays is, I just think, outrageous. Like,
I don't know. This is big for 2009.
Now, after 90 years of entertaining the world, the very best of the movies can be yours in 2 limited edition collections.
it's not mentioned anywhere if these are remastered Blu-rays or not. My feeling is they're just the Blu-rays that already existed, just collected together into new packaging. That's my thought. I just don't understand this from a business perspective. Like, who is this trying to please? Like, who is cheering this on? Whose idea was this? Like, I don't even get it.
And honestly, we've covered the state of physical media. Do this on DVD. Doesn't DVD sell the most?
100%.
If you're not going to give us 4K, just hedge your bets, and you'd probably make more money releasing this on DVD.
The best of Warner Brothers' 100 film collection on DVD celebrates the studio's wealth of movie magic from The Jazz Singer to Inception.
Casual physical media people, they're either streaming or buying DVD. Like, Blu-ray is getting squished out of the market entirely. It's just baffling to me. So these are award winners. Grand Hotel, Mutiny on the Bounty, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Mrs. Miniver, Casablanca, Key Largo, A Streetcar Named Desire, Ben-Hur, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Bonnie and Clyde, Cool Hand Luke, Bullet, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Purple Rain, The Color Purple, Unforgiven, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, which is the second in the three, Mystic River, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, which is the last film in the trilogy, and then $1 Million Baby, The Departed, Argo, A Star is Born, and Judas and the Black Messiah. Any thoughts on those award winners, Russ?
Everyone that I'm interested in owning, I already own on either Blu-ray or 4K.
The next volume, which is the Blue Box, and that's comedies, dramas, and musicals. 42nd Street, The Wizard of Oz, Citizen Kane, Singing in the Rain, A Star is Born Again, Rebel Without a Cause, Dr. Zhivago, The Outsiders, Risque Business, Russ.
I see that misspelling. That's
Risque
beautiful.
Business, Gremlins, The Goonies, Little Shop of Horrors, Bullet, Empire of the Sun, The Bodyguard, Dumb and Dumber, Friday, Boogie Nights, Selena, Practical Magic, The Iron Giant, Elf, Hairspray, The Hangover, Invictus, and Crazy Rich Asians. Your comedies, dramas, and musicals. Look at that list. Risque Business. Risque Business. Does anyone care about this release? The people that wrote the press release don't even care. They didn't even do a spell check. It's like, we found these Blu-rays. We spent 5 cents per unit on these on this packaging, and now we're going to sell it to you for, I'm going to tell you in a second, silver box time. This is fantasy, action, and adventure. Superman, The Neverending Story, Supergirl, Lethal Weapon, Batman, Twister, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Ocean's 11, The First Lord of the Rings, Constantine, V for Vendetta, Pan's Labyrinth, 300, The Dark Knight, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Aquaman, Shazam, Joker, Birds of Prey, The Suicide Squad, and Black Adam.
AKA the volume that will sell the most.
So here you go. This is the superhero set, along with maybe Lethal Weapon and Twister thrown in for a little variety.
This one's too depressing to make jokes on.
All right, well, moving this depressing train right along into the black box for us, and this is thrillers. This is sci-fi and horror. King Kong, The Maltese Falcon, Children of the Damned, 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Clockwork Orange, The Exorcist, All the President's Men, The Shining, Blade Runner: The Final Cut, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Full Metal Jacket, Goodfellas, Natural Born Killers, The Shawshank Redemption, Interview with the Vampire, Seven, The Matrix, The Green Mile, Inception, The Conjuring, Gravity, Her, Annabelle, It, Part 1, I guess, and Dune. The things that stood out to me as being a little odd, I thought, Goodfellas, Shawshank, Full Metal Jacket, maybe even King Kong. Like, it's not really a thriller either, or a horror, or a sci-fi.
I was thrilled when The Green Mile ended.
You won't kiss my ass?
Even Natural Born Killers, you're right. What is that? That's not a thriller, sci-fi, or horror. That's a satire.
This is some big thing from WB celebrating their 100 years. It just seems tired. It seems dumb, slapping all these.
Tired. They only celebrated like 30.
They just don't care.
It's like dumb. It doesn't even make sense. Like, I would love to hear the thought process of putting this out, because the most charitable take I could possibly give is that it's for people that they want to introduce to physical media for the first time, and, you know, maybe they don't have 4K or whatever. But like you said, I feel like the best route to go there is probably DVD, especially if it's all old discs and shit. That's just really lazy and kind of like scummy.
Let me ask you this, Matt. Do you think this is the future? It'll just be sets of like greatest hits. Here is our overall mark we left on cinema in this century, our catalog. Yeah. Will we be seeing infomercials of Motown's greatest hits? Buy this 10 CD collection that'll give all your favorites from the Temptations and do you think this is where movies are heading?
That's depressing.
Hey, Grandpa, here's your set with Clockwork Orange and Natural Born Killers. Yeah, that's what we're gonna get.
Put it next to the rest of them.
Your grandpa, here's your 64th copy of Evil Dead. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, you bastards. Why are you torturing me like this? Why?
Make sure you're subscribed if you are not already. We have big things on the horizon. Very soon, within a month, we will be interviewing the creative art director for Everything Blue. And if you're a collector, you know exactly who Everything Blue is. Stellar releases. They've teamed up with Zavvi. A lot of news on that front we'll be discussing with him. Subscribe, like this video, leave us a comment, talk to us. We're all here to share this thing we all love.
Warner Brothers 100th anniversary box sets.
And if you work for Warner Brothers, unsubscribe.